What's up, YouTube? It's me, your girl at K Kanor, and I'm back with another video. Today, I will be talking to you guys about shock value. So, before I go into what shock value is or what am I even talking about, like, y'all probably thinking this crazy lady, what is she talking about? I don't know what it is. But the first time I discovered shock value was dealing with a narcissist, of course. And now that I think about it, the narcissist has been using shock value on me as long as I could remember. But I didn't know, you know, what was going on. Like I say so much, I didn't know what was going on, and I didn't know why, this was happening when it was happening. But the more I study NPD, narcissistic personality disorder, I begin to see a lot of characteristics in the narcissist that I deal with. And that's how I know that I'm dealing with a narcissist. So that's was the first time I've ever experienced shock value, or maybe I have experienced it. I just really didn't have a clear understanding of what shock value is. So let's jump right into it and talk about shock value. Now, shock value is the potential of an image, a text, an action, or other forms of communication, such as public executions, to provoke a reaction of sharp disgust, shock, anger, fear, or similar negative emotions. So that is what shock value is. So, the one thing that I have noticed shock value in a lot is in art. And we call this shock art. Now, I consider myself an artist. I can't draw really well, but I have like a creative nature, and I step outside the norm a lot. I do things that, wouldn't be considered normal. And that is what drew my attention to artists, because artists who paint, they normally capture world issues that draw a lot of controversy. And that is one form of shock value. Another form of shock value is in music, and I'm gonna take Eminem for example. Eminem music is called horrorcore because he combined two musics, and he was the first one to say faggot when it wasn't politically correct. So if someone just come up and say something that's not normal, like faggot, it's going to shock you. It's probably make you angry. It probably strike fear in you. So this is something that musicians use, and artists use, and even advertising companies use too. Like I was reading about this guy, I forgot what the company name was, but he advertised something about a man who had AIDS. And that's not really normal for people to, openly speak, whether they're condemning or praising someone who has AIDS. It's normally a secret. So shock advertising is branded for startling and offending audiences by violating norms for social value, and personal ideas. So this shock value, shock advertising, shock music, shock art is designed to create buzz and capture the audience attention. I guess you can kind of say that I'm taking on a type of shock value when I make my videos about me being raped all my life. Like, I know that it's not normal for people to sit there and talk about them being raped. And the reason why, you know, I'm telling my story on how I was raped by damn near everybody I came in contact with is because really I'm tired of dealing with this inside myself. I'm tired of this holding me back and I can't grow. And then again, I'm tired of people not talking about these issues because it's happening. I want people to take this serious when someone says that they were raped, even if they weren't beaten brutally, even if they weren't, you know, left out in the field or anything, because you have to understand, like, when you're dealing with a predator know how to, I don't know, get inside your head just like a narcissist. So this is why I'm here speaking about shock value, because I have experienced it probably way before I ever realized what was going on. So that's really sad. But yeah, shock value is to create buzz, to draw attention. So we use it in music when artists combine two different musics like hip hop and country, and it don't really go together, and you shocked by it, like, whoa, that was a bold move, that was a bold statement. I'm sorry for my ceiling fan. It makes noise. I just hope one day it don't fall on my head, because you know that manager don't like me. I don't know what she did to this apartment before I got here, but I know she gave me a broke down apartment. But anyways, let me call my son so he can stop this ceiling fan because it's distracting me. Noah, yes, ma'am. Turn my light out. I mean, not my light. I'm sorry. I need my light. The ceiling fan. Yeah, thank you. So yeah, this is what shock value is. It's to get your attention, you know, and and the way they get your attention is through fear, is through shock, anger, to get a reaction out of you. It kind of goes along with narcissistic supply. This is what I think of when I think of shock value. It kind of goes along with hovering. It kind of goes along with gaslighting. All of this, it to me, it feels like it has, shock value has its hand in gaslighting. It has its hand in manipulation. It has its hand in hovering. It has its hand in discarding, devaluing. It has its hand in all of the defenses that the narcissists use to try to control you or discredit you, or, you know, whatever it is they feel like that they need to do to you. So we use it in advertising, we use it in art, and I've always seen it in art. I just didn't understand the concept behind shock value at the time. I never felt disrespected by it. I never felt fearful by it, because I've always seen it as bold. Like, I've always been a bold person to, like I said, I've always been the bold person to do what other people were pretty much afraid not to do. I mean, afraid to do. So with art, I want to make sure I say this right, but the apartheid, I'm gonna call it apartheid, y'all, but the apartheid was when happened in South Africa, and it's one picture of the apartheid of a boy carrying a little boy. If you guys don't know what the apartheid in South Africa was, go look that up. It's something that they do not even teach us in school. Literally, I've just learned this like probably like a 2 weeks ago. But it happened in South Africa, and it was when slavery and all that was trying to enslave South Africa. So these group of kids got together and said, look, we're not going for this. The group of kids went to do a peaceful protest, and all hell broke loose. So this is the picture that was captured of the boy, who is just a boy, toting another boy, and his sister running beside, and he has been killed by the white man. And the guy who took the picture was a journalist. Literally, someone went to his house. The police went to his house, took his film, took everything. But he said something told him to take his film out. I'm not trying to go into deep conversation. I just want y'all to know how effective shock value is, because this photo alone changed history. It literally changed history. And South Africa was free. You know, it's sad that someone, you know, someone had to die. Plenty of people had to die. It's sad that this boy has not been heard of. It's sad that he lost his mind and couldn't cope. But we know what that means. He was being threatened and he feared for his life, so he got the hell up out of there. Nobody knows if he dead or alive. It's sad that the journalist is living in a hut on the verge of poverty because he was told if he stayed in journalism that he was going to die. It's sad that that happened, but I'm so thankful that it did, because now South Africa is free. So this is another example of shock value in art. Another example of shock value that I saw but didn't realize what the meaning behind it was. Emmett Till. The first time I saw Emmett Till, I couldn't think for the death of me why Emmett Till's mother showed his picture. And if I can say this, I would say I was a bit selfish. This was back in, I probably was like 22 years old. This is after, you know, all the gaslight manipulation and all of this, and I was on my own and I was lost, and I was looking at TV1, and the guy who do the news show, I watch him on YouTube right to this day. He was talking about Emmett Till. He was celebrating Emmett Till, and he showed that picture, and I was like taken aback. I was like, oh, how could she? And it only, you know, made more sense to me the older I got. And with Johnson, the boy who was found rolled up in the mat, his mother kind of did the same thing Emmett Till's mother did, and that was shock value. And it wasn't to it wasn't done out of malice, you know. It wasn't done to spread hate. It was done to show the world the issues of the world that needs to change. Just like I said, these laws need to change to fit black people, because if you want to be honest, when the Constitution was written, it was written while black people were still slaves. One damn black person sitting around with Thomas Jefferson and George Washington and John Hancock when they signed that Constitution. So some of these laws need to be changed to fit black people, to include black people, because we matter. So I understand now why Emmett Till's mother did what she did, why Kendrick Johnson mothers did what she did. I really do. I understand shock value. So, but let's talk about the way the narcissists use it. The narcissists use shock value, which is really a very good tool to use. I can't be mad at Emmett Till's mother, because she did not just do this for herself. If I had if I can ask his mother why she took a picture of Emmett Till's body the way she did, in my heart of hearts, I know that she will tell me because the people needed to know what was going on. She wouldn't say because I wanted to make myself look good. I wanted to hurt you. I wanted to get revenge. I wanted to make you look bad. Now, these are all the reasons why the narcissists use shock value. So let's talk about that word, public execution. Because remember, shock value is the potential of an image, text, action, or other form of communication, such as public execution, to provoke a reaction of sharp disgust, shock, anger, fear, or similar emotions. So let's talk about what public execution is. So I'm pretty sure that everybody saw Salem Witchcraft. I saw that movie. I read that book in school. And if I remember correctly, it was about these women or whoever being accused of witchcraft. And it was a long big trial on it, whatever like that, and I forgot what happened at the end, but it was a public execution. Okay, so this is what a public execution is. A public execution is a form of capital punishment. Okay, and it's done in the public, and there are members. So it's done in the public, and people come, and they come voluntarily, just like when slaves were being hung from a tree. I've seen plenty of shock value photos of slaves being hung from a tree, and white people standing around holding their guns, smiling and being happy. That was capital punishment. That was capital punishment for whatever the slave has done. Just like with Emmett Till, for him supposedly whistling at this person, whether it was true or not true, they were punished. They received the highest form of punishment, which is capital punishment. So this is what public execution is. And you have to remember that certain people are selected to make sure that this capital punishment is executed. Like this person is held accountable for whatever that behavior may be. So think of it as you dealing with a narcissist. You really don't have to do anything to a narcissist. A narcissist can do whatever they want to do to you, and you can just simply stand up for yourself or speak up or create boundaries. To a narcissist, that is the highest form of punishment, and you deserve capital punishment. So there are certain people selected, just like my role. Before I even moved here, there were certain people selected. The man downstairs for me, the woman that lives right here for me, the Haitian man that lives down for me, and the woman who came outside in her drawers, and the other woman who I told you every time before I got on YouTube and realized that I was being gaslighted like I was in Alabama. This woman used to bust outside her door every time. That was shock value. Okay? So these people have already been selected, okay, to hold out and make me take accountability for whatever it is that I did to them. Okay? So like I said, the harassment, the hovering, the flying monkeys, the gaslighting, all of it to me have a little shock value in it. Everything that they do is based off the shock value, the capital punishment, the public execution. So these people are publicly, I mean, they are selected. They are selected to assure that my execution is accountable, that I am being executed and executed, so to speak. And this cruel. Okay, this is cruel and unusual punishment. So this cruel and unusual punishment is to stop or deter individuals or me or people or his wife or his children from defying them. To the narcissist, I have defied them. And all I'm doing is speaking up for myself, protecting me and my family, speaking up for myself and setting boundaries. But to them, I'm defying them. I am committing the ultimate capital punishment, even with my family, even with the narcissist in my family. Okay? I am committing that. And in the old and normal when people normally when people receive capital punishment, say like if they received a death penalty, it's for a reason. Like you just went in here and shot up the whole church just because. Like you don't even deserve to be living amongst the people in society who think rationally and who would never go inside a church and shoot up a church, or who would never rape a 6-year-old and do whatever. Like no, like you deserve capital punishment if you've ever done anything like that. So, I'm not against capital punishment, because I feel like if you do not cannot do not cannot live or function normally in society, you don't need to be in society hurting people and punishing people for no reason. And that's basically what the narcissist is doing. That's why when I consider a narcissist, I consider him just the way I consider the people on It Takes a Killer and Fatal Attraction. Yes, I do. They fall in line in the same category in my mind, because they are psychologically and mentally and emotionally killing people, or raping people, or hurting people. So yes, I consider them to be in the same category as someone who went and shot up a church full of people or raped a child, whatever the most disgusting crime that has ever been committed. I don't like to think about it, but the narcissist is committing those same crimes. So, but you have to understand that today public executions is deemed distasteful. That's why we don't publicly execute people anymore. It's so distasteful. That's why we give these people a fair trial. That's why we consider all of the evidence, and it has to be evidence. It cannot be he say, she say. That's why he say, she say. I watch Judge Judy all the time, and you cannot tell me what someone else said. You cannot tell me what someone else was thinking, because all of that is inadmissible. But when you think about a narcissist is not even a bit rational as Judge Judy. So they don't care. They'll just go off what they heard and they'll run with that. Take the smear campaign, for example. So all of it has a little shock value into it to me. So because this public execution is distasteful, this is why I believe covert narcissists exist, because they know that if someone rational like Judge Judy was to see what was going on, she would not be on your side. They know this. That's why they do it passive aggressively. They do it so you know what's going on and make it look normal, like they're just standing outside smoking a cigarette. But you know what's going on. You know what these people are doing. That's why covert narcissists exist, because if people really knew what they were doing, no one in their right mind will let them walk around amongst regular people, normal people, rational people. So, because of this, just like even after this public execution became distasteful, some of the members will still beh- get together behind closed doors and, you know, behind closed doors, talk about how to execute this person publicly without, hanging them from a tree or throwing stones at them or cutting their heads off. So this is, to me, is when narcissists and covert narcissists exist, came about, when this form of public execution became distasteful. So now you can't express the way you feel openly now. So you keep it inside and you find ways to still say how you feel but not necessarily speak on it. That's just how I feel. So because a narcissist wants to control you. They want to feel superior over you while seeming innocent, while seeming like you're crazy, while seeming like you're the one, the troublemaker, while seeming like all the neighbors is against you. That's what the officer said when he went over and talked to the guy. Yeah, you damn right. So ask them why. What have I done to them to make them, be against me? What have I done to you? I'm not a crazy person, and I don't consider myself an irrational person who just called the police just because I know the number to 911. No, I'm not that type of person, and you're not going to make me seem like that type of person. No, at all. I'm going to stand up for myself, and if I have to call the police every day, guess what? I'm going to call the police every day, because that's the only way I know how to protect me and my 7-year-old son. Now, if you don't like what I'm doing, then either take me to court or take me to jail. So then you have a right to protect yourself if I'm, mistreating you. That's the only rational way that I can put it. If I'm doing something to someone, then how come they're not calling the police? How come they're not making YouTube videos complaining about me? How come I'm the only one, standing up here fighting this fight for myself? I don't need attention that bad, bruh. I'm cool with being in my house, eating my food, and watching my TV. I'm cool with that. I don't do this for attention, because the way I feel, I think I'm the shit. And anybody who think I'm not the shit, then they're not gonna be around me, period. Point blank, period. Like, what the fuck? No. So I have every right to protect my family. I have every right to protect myself. I have every right to stand up for what I believe in. And I don't give a damn who like it and who don't like it. You understand? Because I am in control of my life, not a narcissist. Me, not my son. He is not in control of me either. I am in control of me. And I have every right to say how I feel when I'm feeling it. No one has that right to take that away from me. And I'm going to continue to fight. I'm going to continue to speak up. And I'm going to continue to fight. I know I just said that. Oh, and I'm going to continue to make these videos. Period. So when you expose a narcissist or set boundaries or fight for yourself, they use their defenses like gaslight and manipulation, smear campaign, hovering, and shock value, or whatever else they need to use to punish you and keep control over you. So like I said, to me, shock value is in every little sprinkle of what the hell their defense is today. You understand? A narcissist is really not hard to figure out. If you pay attention to their patterns, you will see, you will understand what they're doing, how they're doing it, and why they're doing it. Okay? So, what you can do is keep making videos or whatever way that you have decided to stand up for yourself, keep doing that. Don't stop doing that, because whether you're doing it or not, they're going to gaslight you. Whether you're doing it or not, they're going to smear your name. Whether you're doing it or not, they're going to shock value you. Don't let that fear you. Don't let it stop you. Okay? Like I said, the narcissist is using things that I have said in the privacy of my own home. My only mistake is that I did not have the camera recording when I was saying those things. I have the camera recording now. So one thing I've said was, oh, if they kill a horse, then I know these motherfuckers crazy. Tell me why I'm on Newsbreak and I see that a horse has just gotten killed on and I'm not laughing because the horse got killed. I love horses. If you know me, you know that I've always said I always wanted to ride a horse. But you know that a narcissist, when they know you like something, they take it and they abuse it. If they know you don't like something, then they'll put it in your face. Okay? And that's why I'm laughing. And a horse, and I have the article right here. Noah, if you can come and bring me this article, I printed it out for you guys. But this is a form of shock value. So like I said, the shock value, it can be in an image, a photo, or whatever public execution to strike fear in you, because you're defying them right now. You know, you're not letting them control you right now. But this is the article right now. I don't know if it's real or fake, but I do know that I said this. I do know that this is how I felt when I was in Alabama. Yes, I said this. Okay? So it says, Sheriff Office seeks suspect who butchered family horse in Golden Gate Estate. Nobody in their right mind can tell me that this is not a gaslighting tactic. Okay? Either this story is made up or either it happened for real. Either way, I know that the narcissist is using this to shut me up. I will not shut up. Okay? I will not shut up. The woman that is gaslighting me and smearing my name, she lives in Green Tree, Headland, Alabama. Okay? You can talk to Karen. That's the manager out there. You can talk to Stacy. She's also the manager out there. I lived in apartment 153. She lived right below me. I do not know this woman's name. All I know is I knocked on this woman's door, and after I knocked on her door, all hell broke loose. I was not supposed to knock on her door and tell her to keep the noise down. How dare me? But I did. And if I had to do it again, I will do it again. I was not wrong. I am not going to take responsibility for standing up for Nikki, because it's my job to protect me and my family. This is the woman who smeared my name. Talked to Brenda at the Section 8 office in Alabama. She was my caseworker. She is the one who got in contact with Miss Joanne at the Section 8 office here in Naples. Nobody in their right mind can't tell me that Miss Joanne didn't talk to this lady Chelsea at here in Brittany Bay. These people know my every word. They know my every move. My name is being smeared. So if y'all find me dead, y'all already know bullshit ain't about nothing. Y'all better investigate. I'm telling y'all right now. Okay? Because these people are doing everything they possibly can to bring me down, to stop me from talking. And don't nothing tell me that they won't